And now joining me on WION Newsroom, Adya Juneja, who will break down the big business stories shaping your money and the economy. Nikita Singh will give us all the updates from the world of technology. And Atiraj Sasidharan will take us through all the action from the world of sports. We begin with Adya for the market updates.
Well, thank you so much, Deeksha. We have a lot lined up for you. But first, Asian markets rallied sharply after strong Nvidia earnings, and the suspension of a Samsung worker strike had boosted confidence in global chip stocks. Now, South Korea's Kospi jumped more than 8%, while Japan's Nikkei gained over 3%, and Taiwan shares surged nearly 4%. Investor sentiment has improved as some oil tankers have resumed their movement through the Strait of Hormuz, easing fears over global supply disruptions. Now, Nvidia's upbeat revenue forecast also lifted AI and semiconductor stocks worldwide, although concerns over inflation and possible US rate hikes continue to keep bond yields elevated. Moving on, the US dollar edged higher but has stayed below a percent 6-week peak as investors weighed hopes for a possible peace deal between Washington and Tehran. Now, President Donald Trump has said negotiations with Iran are in the final stages, easing some safe haven demand for the dollar. Well, the yen gained support after a Bank of Japan policymaker signaled more interest rate hikes ahead, while the euro weakened following poor economic data from France. Markets remain focused on the inflation risks from higher energy prices as the Strait of Hormuz stays largely closed. Investors are also watching central banks closely for possible further rate hike if oil-driven inflation persists. And finally, American drivers could face more pain at the pump this summer as gasoline prices surge amid ongoing tensions in West Asia. Fuel prices in the United States have jumped more than 45% since late February after the US-Israel conflict with Iran disrupted global oil supplies. The effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which is a key route for global crude shipments, have pushed oil and gasoline costs sharply higher. As millions travel for the Memorial Day weekend, analysts warn fuel prices may rise further, adding pressure to household budgets during the busy summer travel season. And that is it from business. Now for all the tech updates, it's over to you, Nikita.
Well, thanks so much, Adya. First up, US President Donald Trump is expected to sign an executive order on artificial intelligence and cybersecurity as early as this week. The order introduces a voluntary framework for AI developers to engage with the US government before the public release of advanced models. Now, this could include sharing systems up to 90 days before launch and providing early access to critical sectors such as banking. The move comes amid a growing divide within Trump's support base. Hardline allies are pushing for strict government approval and testing of high-risk AI models. Next up, child safety groups have asked US regulators to investigate Roblox over claims that its platform exposes children to strangers, pressures them into spending money, and uses addictive design features. The complaint filed with the FTC alleges Roblox uses complex in-game currency systems, gambling-like rewards, and social pressure to keep young users engaged. Campaigners also raised concerns over chat features, saying children could be exposed to inappropriate content and grooming risks. Roblox rejected the claims and said that it has safety policies, age-based protections, and rules against gambling content on the platform. And lastly, Brazilian President Lula da Silva has signed a package of draft bills and decrees to increase oversight of digital platforms. The new measures require big tech companies to remove illegal content more quickly, create reporting channels for online crimes, and store data to support criminal investigations. The rules also force platforms to take preventive action against content linked to terrorism, child exploitation, human trafficking, self-harm, and violence against women. Companies could also face liability for paid advertisements promoting crimes if they fail to act repeatedly. Well, that's it from the world of tech. Now, my colleague Atra would be taking you through some sports updates across the globe. Over to you, Atra.
Thank you so much, Nikita. Here are the top sports stories we're tracking for you at this hour. We'll begin with football first, where Aston Villa dispatched Freiburg to win the Europa League and end a 30-year trophy drought. This is also Villa's first major European prize in 44 years. Aston Villa produced a dominant performance and won the match 3-0 in Istanbul to seal Unai Emery's record extending 5th title in the competition. He had earlier won titles with Sevilla, one with Villarreal and now with Villa. Emery took charge in November 2022, arriving with Villa just 3 points above the relegation zone after replacing Steven Gerrard. Since then, he has transformed the club into top 5 contenders and now the European champions. Among those watching was Villa's supporter Prince William, who celebrated as the club lifted major silverware for the first time since 1996 League Cup. Over in cricket now, Kolkata Knight Riders defeated Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets to keep their playoff hopes alive. After choosing to bowl first, Kolkata reduced Mumbai to 46 for 4 in 6 overs and went on to restrict them to 147 for 8 in their 20 overs. The 3-time champion chased the target with 7 balls to spare, with Manish Pandey, who was playing his first game of the season, hitting 45 and Powell scoring 40. Kolkata has now won 6 of their last 7 games. They sit 6th in the points table with 13 points. Kolkata will now need to beat Delhi Capitals in their final league game on May 24th and hope that Rajasthan Royals and Punjab King lose their matches. Lastly, in tennis, the ongoing dispute over Grand Slam prize money is showing no signs of dying down. The world's leading tennis players plan to limit their pre-French Open media commitments. As per The Guardian, the players could walk out of news conferences or broadcast interviews at the French Open this Friday and Saturday when it is 15 minutes. The 15-minute time limit is symbolic, representing the 15% of revenue that Grand Slams currently allocate to prize money. This work-to-rule approach would also protect players from fines, as they would still meet the contractual obligation by completing short post-match broadcaster interviews. However, it remains unclear whether the protest will continue once the main draw begins in Paris on Sunday. Well, with that, we've come to the end of the sports segment. It's back to you, Diksha.
Thank you so much, Athira, Nikita and Adya, for getting us all those updates from the world of tech, sports and business.